and welcome to Remarkable TV, the place you go to live a more remarkable life and take your business, career and confidence to new heights. I'm Shivani Gopal, and this week we're talking about finding a way to work through anxiety and uncertainty to still be productive. Welcome to 2020, the year of unprecedented times, social isolation, quarantine, uncertainty, toilet paper hoarding, and of course, anxiety. Let's be real. It is uncertain times and it is hard to focus on your goals. After all, you can put all the planning into something that you want, but there's no real surety of if it's going to come about. And in the absence of surety, it's just easier to just want to put your head in the sand. First of all, if you do feel that way, it's okay. You're not alone. We're all going through this with you. And second of all, if you do want to be productive and work on things, there are some great ways in which you can set your mindset in order to push through. Maybe you don't have the luxury of spending an entire weekend or days on end binging on Netflix. Or maybe you really wanted to get stuck into learning a new skill, but the uncertainty and the anxiety is standing in your way. Here's what you can do in order to be productive and get ahead through these times. The first thing I encourage you to do is to talk to someone about how you're feeling. By bottling up your feelings, it tends to have a feeling of shame. I'm the only one that's feeling this way. And the weight of those feelings really start to create a burden on you. But by picking up the phone or dialing into Zoom with video, of course, and checking in with someone, you're able to not only unleash that burden off yourself, but chances are you're going to hear that the person that you're speaking with is probably feeling the same way too. And if anything, they will be able to tell you how they've gotten through it. And through that, you might be able to use some of those nuggets of gold and even share what you've been doing without even realizing it to get through your day yourself. Tip number 2 is to find something to be grateful for. Now, I know this is incredibly hard when we're basically not even allowed to leave the house without a valid reason, but there is so much that you can be grateful for. A hot shower, access to a meal that just came right out of your fridge or your pantry, for example, the ability to be safe in your home. By taking check of what's good about this, of what you do have, it actually increases your sense of happiness, and your sense of happiness will enable you to have the endorphins and the hormones that you need in order to push through the day. Plus, you get to spend the day wearing comfy pants. Now let's move to the part of getting things done. Through the fog of uncertainty, it's hard to have the clarity of focus and to push forward with a list of things that you want to do. It all feels far too much. I know for me it does from time to time. So here's what I do. I focus on just one thing, especially when things are getting really heavy. In fact, I'll break it right down to this minutia of things. I am just going to do this one thing, brush my teeth. Now I'm just going to get into the shower. Now I'm just going to dress myself. Now I'm just going to get in my workout wear and go for a walk. That is the one thing that I'm doing. And before you know it, you're out the door and you're feeling good and you're doing something. And that momentum, those endorphins will keep pushing you forward. So just focus on one thing, even if it means I am just going to turn the computer on, do it. And you'll find that the action, the momentum will keep pushing you forward. Now to get the big spurts of work done, and this happens whether you're going through times of uncertainty or anxiety in this COVID-19 period, or just regular day-to-day life and you just don't want to get stuck into a big project. This is a big tip that really works for me. I tell myself that I'm going to do something just for 10 minutes. In fact, I set a timer to it and I race myself to those 10 minutes to do as much as I can in a 10-minute period. And chances are that by the time I go through that 10 minutes and my timer goes off, I realize that I've made so much progress that it actually feels better to keep going than to stop and to move away from it. In fact, I find that I've made so much momentum that I'm able to finish that in half the time that's usually planned. So just do it for 10 minutes, set a timer and push on. The next thing I'd love you to do is to celebrate the small wins. In fact, this is a great leadership strategy for leaders out there. If you want to increase progress, if you want to increase momentum, you need to celebrate and reward the small wins. And it works for yourself too. If you could just get this little thing done, you can take a 10-minute break. You can have a snack. You can have a piece of chocolate, whatever it is. But by celebrating the small wins and having a little reward at the end, it gives you something to look forward to. And it might be just enough to get you through that one thing. And finally, one of the things that I always revert back to, whether it's times of anxiety, uncertainty, or just sheer overwhelm, I tell myself that I'm going to breathe right through this. I love this so much because it also rhymes with I'm going to breeze right through this. And it often tricks my mind into thinking that this is something that is super simple and easy. And I'm using something that I've always known how to do. From the moment that I was born, I have been breathing. And by using the anchoring technique of breath, by taking deep breaths in and slow breaths out, I'm able to center myself and breathe or breeze through something. And it's a great mindset, and it's an ability to be able to slow you down, focus, and push right through. So there you have it, my tips for working through uncertainty and anxiety and still being productive, because you absolutely can. That change, that momentum, that action is in your power. It's by making little changes and by having a mindset shift that will make all the difference. Now, before I go, don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe if you're seeing this on YouTube, and let us know what else you would like to hear about. Until next week.